No matter how much we change as a species, one thing always remains, and is that the almighty dollar can get people to do some either good things or some bad things. 9 times out of 10, though, it is pretty bad things. But there are some saints out there that try and help the good keep away from the bad. And hopefully that is still the case now, but that's just me as an optimist talking here. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strung from QuickTime Reactions, and I decided to do a bit of a double feature today. One, because it was discount day at the movie theater, and two, because I wanted to. And the first movie that I went to go and see was Sarah's Oil. This movie is actually based off of a book called Searching for Sarah Rector. And this movie stars Zachary Levi, Nia Desir Johnson. I hope I'm saying that hyphenated name correctly. Sonequa Martin Green, Garrett Dillahunt, as well as a whole host of others. And it tells the story, the real life story, I should say, of Sarah Rector, who came into inheriting some land, and well, she wants to try and see if there's oil on the land, but she has to watch herself because she doesn't know who she can trust and who might stab her in the back to not only take that land but also the oil that's on it as well, and see if they can make some money off of her, and for themselves anyway. So, if the premise of this movie seems vaguely familiar, then you remember, I think a couple years back, when Scorsese released Killers of the Flower Moon, which is a similar story to this, whereas Killers of the Flower Moon focused more on the Osage people, or the Osage tribe, I should say, in their kind of crises with, people who, have land and have oil on it. They just start dropping like flies. Same instance here where, it's African Americans getting land, and, you, you know, the white people wanting to get that land and make the money for themselves. Um, and I think that Cyrus Narashti, I think that's how you say his last name, who directed this and also co-wrote this movie with Betsy Giffen Narashti. Um, I think they did a really good job of kind of differentiating the two movies and kind of making them separate. Whereas with Killers of the Flower Moon was kind of this all encompassing epic story where it was not only just about, the Osage tribe and all their troubles, but the fallout, the involvement of the U.S. government, the conspiracies of trying, get the government off of their back so that they can just continue on with their business as usual. This feels more like a personal story, and I really like that difference. Whereas I really like Killers of the Flower Moon. And this may be a bit of an unpopular opinion to say, but I think if you maybe shave 30 minutes off of it, I think it could be a really good, a even better movie than it is. Whereas this one, I think it just fits better. And I think it's down to the performances of the cast. Not to take anything away from like Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and all of them in Killers of the Flower Moon. They were really, really good in this. But there is a charm to our two, Nia Desir Johnson and Zachary Levi, that is just really, really good. And granted, there are like, the typical tropes in a story like this where it's like, you know, the guy, goes behind the girl's back to try and make some deals to make more money for himself. Um, but of course, he's going to get revealed, he's going to get outed, and then he's going to have that change of heart, and then, everything works out in the end. Like, all those trappings are there. But I really think, and I've said this a couple of times on the channel, it is really down to who you bring in and have that narrative be portrayed. It really hinges on the performances of your cast to make a story that people have seen 1,000 times work still. And I think they make it work. Like, they do a really, really good job in this. Sonequa Martin Green, who we've seen before on the channel, I've talked about her in My Dead Friend Zoe, which was a really good film that she was in. She's awesome in this as well. Excuse me. Garrett Dillahunt, he was also really, really good in this movie as well. The actor who played Mace, I believe that was his name, I thought he did a really good job. And he was like a nice little, he was comedy, but also a bit of heart in there as well, which I thought was a really, really nice touch to add onto this. I also really like at the end, they give a bit of a montage and a bit of a, I don't want to necessarily say a recap, but like a little bit of a history lesson at the end to kind of add on to the story that we saw play out in the movie. But yeah, man, this was a really, really fun time, a really heartwarming story. I like the performances in this. Cinematography I thought was really, really good. Writing and directing I thought were really good in this. Like, this is a solid little film. If you guys have the time to go and check this movie out, I highly recommend that you do, because I think you will walk away with a couple of with the feels in your heart after seeing this movie. But that's just my opinion. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of this movie, and if you have seen it. Again, let me know down in the comments what you guys thought. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my review. Be safe out there, and remember, when you are cutting deals with people, I would like to, get something in writing, not just, the good old Texas handshake. I would want something in writing. But if you do get something in writing, make sure that you have a lawyer or somebody look over that contract to make sure that it is up to what you want. Make sure that you are getting everything that you want out of it, not to get, swindled and tricked by somebody. Just saying that. And I will catch you guys next time.